Consistency is the invisible force behind almost every great success story. Jim Rohn often emphasized that talent alone is insufficient. Even brilliance fails without persistent effort applied day after day. To force yourself to be consistent is to create a rhythm in life, a system where your actions compound over time, producing results far greater than any single effort. It is the quiet engine that turns potential into achievement. Consistency begins with discipline. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes depending on circumstances, mood, or excitement. Those who rely solely on motivation are vulnerable to procrastination, distraction, and self-doubt. Discipline, however, allows action to occur even when motivation is absent. By creating daily habits that align with your goals, you remove the need to constantly summon willpower. Small, repeated actions, writing, learning, exercising, or building skills might seem insignificant individually, but over weeks and months, they accumulate into extraordinary results. A critical aspect of consistency is committing to the process, not just the outcomes. People often fail because they focus on results they cannot control, becoming discouraged by slow progress or setbacks. Those who force themselves to maintain daily effort understand that results are the natural byproduct of persistent action. The process becomes their anchor. By showing up every day, even imperfectly, momentum grows. Each action reinforces discipline, builds confidence, and strengthens resilience. Consistency also trains the mind. By repeatedly performing tasks aligned with your goals, you prove to yourself that you are reliable and capable of following through. This internal proof reduces self-doubt and strengthens belief, creating a virtuous cycle. The more you act consistently, the more your confidence grows, which in turn fuels further consistency. Many individuals fail to achieve their goals, not because they lack talent, knowledge, or opportunity, but because they are inconsistent. They start with enthusiasm, dive into action, but allow distractions, fear, or impatience to derail their progress. Without daily reinforcement, habits weaken, skills stagnate, and confidence erodes. Success, like a muscle, must be exercised regularly. Sporadic effort is insufficient. The psychological principle behind this is simple. The human brain adapts to repetition. Neural pathways strengthen when actions are repeated, forming habits that eventually require less conscious effort. Without consistent action, these pathways remain weak, and the brain defaults to comfort, distraction, or avoidance. This is why those who practice daily, even in small increments, mastery and achieve results faster than those relying on bursts of effort. Consistency also compounds results in ways that are invisible at first. A single day of disciplined action may seem negligible. A week may appear underwhelming, but over months and years, the effects of repeated action multiply exponentially. Skills improve, credibility builds, relationships strengthen, and opportunities begin to align naturally. Those who recognize this principle are patient with the process. They understand that success is less about dramatic breakthroughs and more about the cumulative impact of small disciplined steps. Another reason consistency is critical is accountability. By committing to daily routines, you develop a system of self-accountability. You learn to prioritize important tasks over distractions, manage time efficiently, and resist temptation. This structured approach reduces procrastination, enhances productivity, and ensures progress continues even under pressure. The person who forces themselves to be consistent effectively builds a framework for predictable growth, where success becomes almost inevitable. Strategic consistency is not mindless repetition. It is disciplined, intelligent action aligned with clear goals and purpose. Jim Rohn emphasized that consistency should always be guided by vision. Doing the wrong tasks consistently only compounds wasted effort. Therefore, the person who attracts success identifies high average actions that produce the greatest results and commits to performing them daily. This requires clarity. You must know exactly what you are working toward, why it matters, and how each daily action contributes to that larger objective. Without this alignment, consistent effort can become mechanical, uninspired, and ultimately ineffective. With clarity, however, each step carries intention. Every task, no matter how small, reinforces momentum and brings you closer to mastery. Consistency also cultivates resilience. Life inevitably presents setbacks, failures, and obstacles. Those who practice daily effort learn to persist even when results are delayed. They develop patience, grit, and mental toughness. Each day of continued effort strengthens confidence, reinforces habits, and creates an internal momentum that cannot easily be derailed. Over time, these individuals operate in a state of unstoppable progress. Their consistency becomes a force that shapes outcomes, environments, and opportunities. Finally, strategic consistency multiplies opportunity. By showing up daily, you create visibility, reliability, and trust. Others begin to recognize your dedication, which opens doors to mentorship, collaboration, and growth. Your consistent actions generate a reputation that precedes you, attracting opportunities that would otherwise remain inaccessible. In essence, consistency not only shapes your capabilities, but also magnetizes the world around you to align with your vision. Consistency is not natural for most people. It is cultivated through deliberate practice, habits, and mindset. The first step is creating a daily routine that eliminates reliance on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It fluctuates with mood, environment, and external circumstances. Discipline, however, allows you to act even when motivation fades. Start by committing to 1 or 2 essential tasks each day, no matter how small, and perform them without exception. These repeated actions build a foundation of momentum that compounds over time. Visualization is a critical tool for enforcing consistency. Each morning, take a few minutes to imagine yourself completing the day's key tasks successfully. Picture the process, the challenges you may face, and how you will overcome them. This mental rehearsal prepares your mind and body to act automatically, reducing resistance when distractions or fatigue arise. When your subconscious aligns with your conscious goals, action becomes almost effortless, and consistency begins to feel natural. Time blocking and prioritization reinforce this discipline. Allocate specific periods each day to high-impact activities and protect them from interruptions. Consistency is not about doing everything. It is about consistently doing what matters most. By focusing on high-leverage tasks that directly contribute to your goals, you maximize the impact of each day. Small daily achievements accumulate into substantial long-term results, proving that consistent effort is far more powerful than sporadic bursts of activity. Reflection and adjustment are also vital. At the end of each day, review what you accomplished and what could be improved. Identify moments when distraction, procrastination, or fatigue disrupted your consistency, and adjust your routines accordingly. This practice strengthens self-awareness and ensures that your habits evolve, maintaining alignment with your larger vision. Over time, these daily practices transform inconsistency into a reliable system of progress. The ultimate payoff of forcing yourself to be consistent is the compounding effect of small actions over time. Just as money grows exponentially through compound interest, disciplined daily actions multiply results in ways that are often invisible at first. Skills improve, habits solidify, networks expand, and confidence increases. Consistency creates momentum that accelerates growth even during challenging times. Each day becomes a building block, and setbacks, rather than derailing progress, serve as lessons to reinforce your resilience. Resilience itself is strengthened through consistent effort. Life is unpredictable. Obstacles, failures, and criticism are inevitable. Those who maintain daily action develop patience, mental toughness, and adaptability. They no longer rely on external validation or immediate results to continue. Their commitment becomes internalized. Even on difficult days, the act of showing up reinforces belief, strengthens habits, and preserves momentum. Over time, this combination of consistency and resilience becomes an unstoppable force, allowing you to achieve results that others deem impossible. Consistency also builds credibility and trust, both internally and externally. By showing up every day, you demonstrate reliability, not just to others, but to yourself. People notice and respond to dependability, opening doors to opportunities, mentorship, collaboration, and growth. The actions you take consistently create a magnetic effect, attracting resources, relationships, and circumstances that align with your vision. Those who understand this principle act with patience and discipline, knowing that success is less about luck and more about unwavering persistence. Finally, forcing yourself to be consistent instills a mindset of ownership and control. You realize that the trajectory of your life is determined not by fleeting inspiration, but by deliberate, repeated action. Each day, each task, each choice reinforces the person you are becoming. Over months and years, the cumulative effect is transformative. You evolve into someone who naturally attracts success, opportunity, and growth,